Welcome back to another episode of Your Ideal Clients and using storytelling to connect with them. So I had this client who came and worked with me on Speak Up. And this client was very successful, very well respected, very well paid, and was really like moving and shaking and in their flow and doing what they were supposed to be doing. So much so, they then got a raise and suddenly their job description changed. And that job description meant that they could no longer hide behind emails. They had to be very front-facing. They had to be a motivator, a team leader. And they understood all the psychology of how they do that. They'd done numerous leadership courses. But the thought of speaking in front of all those people filled this person with dread. And they knew that unless they really looked at this gap in their skill set, they weren't going to thrive in this new job. They weren't going to be able to actualize it to make it all become a reality. And so this person noticed and had that awareness around that gap and did something about it. And this is the way that I want you to look at your products and your services and the gap that they fill. And it's not just a case of selling something like it's an hour together. I want you to go layers and layers deeper of what does this mean if they don't fill the gap. So for this person, it was all sorts of things. It was waking up on a Monday morning with that absolute dread, which then started on a Sunday. It was that spiral of self-doubt and doubting whether or not they could do the job. It was the lack of respect from the younger colleagues. It was trying to avoid what they needed to do. It was not being able to articulate what the business needed to know in the moment. And therefore, it would have a knock-on effect to their sleep, to their anxiety. What would happen if they then got downgraded and demoted to the role that they were doing before? How would that feel? So you really have to go into all the emotion of that and then tell stories around that to support your ideal client so they feel safe and they feel heard and that you are the right person to hire. For more details, check out the links down below.